Hi, so the last thing I want to show you for this course and that will really allow you to take off and have very strong data flows and be able to debug really quickly and nicely is something called the data provenance. So basically your flow files goes from one processor to another and stuff happens to it and you're not exactly sure why or what, and you really wish you had a view of this. You actually can. So if you click, for example, on replace text, right click and do data provenance, you see it looks for provenance events, and this is everything that happened for that replace text component. So you see replace text, we stressed it before, but what it does is that it modifies content. So you have type of content modified, and you see that every 10 seconds it modifies the content. That's when it generates, when it processes flow files that arrive. So this view is already useful, but the more useful thing is when you click on the right hand side icon here called show lineage. And here you have everything that has happened to your flow file all the way through. So if we look at it, zoom a little bit, we can see that it was first created, then the content was modified, then the attributes were modified, the content was modified, attributes modified, and then finally it was dropped. That's basically what happens through the entire life cycle of your flow file. You have a slider on the bottom left, and basically the left you slide, you can start rewinding and seeing what happens. So the created flow file, the content was modified, the attributes were modified, then the content was modified, the attributes were modified, and then the flow file was dropped. And the really nice thing is that you can view details at any stage and see what the flow file looked like. So if we look at the create stage, we see that we have 1 byte, and the attributes are path and file name and UID. After the first one, the content is modified. We now have 7 bytes and the same attributes, and so on and so on. And all the way before it gets dropped, we have all the CSV attributes right here, and the content is this CSV file we talked about before. So that's about it. But this is really helpful because as your flows will get more complicated and you will start forking your processors left and right, you will need to understand what has happened to your data. So yeah, I hope that helps you.